Y'all, my first Instacart shopping day was whoa. Welcome. Welcome to the Doctor Shoppa. I am Dr. Ashley. Yes, I'm a PhD and I am doing shopping, Instacart shopping, shop with me's, brand deals because I'm an entrepreneur and I need to raise some money to help raise my family. So, yes, while I have a PhD, I am out here being the side hustle scholar by doing shopping and Instacart shopping. So, if you have not already, subscribe, go ahead and just subscribe because y'all, this adventure that we're about to go on just for day one, you want to get in and you're going to want to continue because if this is day one, you are going to want to continue to hear these adventures. So go ahead and just hit subscribe now so that you can follow along and know when I post all of my videos. Okay, let's get started. So I got my first Instacart, a small batch, and I was so happy about that. I got my first order. Come along with me. We're driving to the store. It is not far away, which I love. And so I think that what I'm really going to enjoy about this Instacart is that I don't have to go far. There are stores literally so close to me that I can just find a batch really easily and it doesn't take me any time to get there, which helps because that means that the customer who's waiting on their food is not going to have to wait long because it's not going to take me long to get to the store. So I'm headed to Food Lion now. My first batch is $7.24. So a small batch. And I've been reading start small. Like don't be getting these really big batch orders. So I am so happy that my first batch is only $7 with a few items. What I also love, shout out to Instacart, because what I also love is that Instacart gives you a step-by-step play. They are not playing with their notifications, and I love that. They also give you like a step-by-step orientation. Like, we recommend you leave soon. We'll walk you through your first order. As a first-time shopper, it just feels good to be able to have that support. You know what I'm saying? So Instacart, so far, I feel very supported in how you all are guiding me through this Instacart experience. I am heading to the store now, and let's do this. Follow along. I love Instacart. Thank you. Because you understand what a new shopper like me needs. You were able to walk me through step by step, give me so many instructions on exactly what to push, what to scan. I learned so much through this first shopping experience, this Instacart delivery. So before I became an Instacart shopper, we use Instacart all the time. Again, with a family of 6, you just need Instacart to like make things more convenient. So I didn't know what was happening. So I go into the store, I get my cart, and I don't know why I got a cart for just 4 items. I was just so excited. I was just so excited. So I got my cart and I go to find the first item. And so I had to be so mindful of making sure that I read what's on the list. I see what's in front of me, and then I was able to get the right product and scan the barcode. So I'm just so happy to see it from this perspective as a shopper. Now when I do actually do an Instacart order for my house, I'm going to just be so relieved because now I know kind of what's going into it, right? This is what really made me smile so hard. It knows the store. It gives you the aisle, what aisle is on, what section is on, what row is on. Like, I was beaming. As a type A person who like loves order, I love strategy. Like, again, I can be a little whimsical, but like I really do love a list. I love a to-do list. I like something to be laid out for me. So Instacart, shout out to you yet again because you told me exactly where to go to find these items. And that, again, it just made it so easy and such a relief. I thought I would have to be over here like wandering these stores. No, 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 no. In the app, you can see exactly where the product is. So I was able to get all of the items, and then I was able to get 3 out of the 4 items. And then I got a little lost. Y'all, I had to get a protein shake. So I was just like, okay, certainly the protein shake is where the protein powder is. So I asked the person, I'm like, where's the, because the instruction said aisle back row. And I'm like, I don't see anything on the back row but like meats and stuff and like dairy. And so I had to ask the person, I was like, where is the protein powder? So they showed me where the protein powder was, and I looked and I could not find it. So I'm wondering the store, the same dude is like, ma'am, are you sure you finding everything okay? And I was like, no, I am not. I just showed him the picture. I said, here is my phone. Here is the protein shake I'm looking for. He was like, let me tell you what it means by back aisle. And you're looking for an already refrigerated protein shake. And I was like, So he walked with me to find the protein shake. Then I was finally able to get the last item. But this was, again, it was a good learning experience. Like, I really needed to not know where everything was. So one, I could have the help of the person working in the store, but again, it builds muscle for me. I need to be able to learn these things. Finally got everything in the cart. I went to check out. So I'm over here thinking, I said, okay, if I'm at Food Line takes MVP. I probably need to put in like my phone number so at least this person can get their points. Get like the deals. Nope. Instacart had it covered yet again. So now I just scan the barcodes that are in the app and it already accepts my MVP. So it's like Instacart, again, it's not like I'm surprised that a company would do this. I mean, it's $1 million company. You're supposed to think of stuff like this, but I just never had to because I was never a shopper. I literally only had to just shop on the app and just pick up my groceries. But I just love how intentional this process was and how it helped me out so much. So I scanned the barcodes and then the MVP points were accepted. And I just scanned the items like normal, like literally like normal. And I just scanned the items. I bagged them up. I had to take a picture of the receipt. Also very smart, right? Because we need proof that you are doing what you're supposed to do. And if at any point in time a customer wants to come back, we need to be able to let them know, nah, they scanned the receipt, like here's everything you asked for, etc., etc. So I scanned the receipt. I got my little 2 bags. And I was on my way. It's time to deliver the groceries for my first order. So now we are going to head to drop off the first delivery. It's 8 minutes away. Y'all, this was so super easy. I cannot even begin to describe how supported I feel. But now we are going to head off to the drop off the first batch. So I cannot believe we're doing this. All right, here we go. And I said, you know what? Let me send a chat message because I always like when I get a chat message from the shopper. And so I sent them a message. I said, hi there. It was a pleasure shopping for you. But I just want to give you a personal thank you note because you were my first customer. I'm a brand new Instacart shopper. And I just want to thank you for being my first customer. And they responded back and they were like, oh my gosh, absolutely. Actually, you're helping me out a whole lot today. Like you don't even know. And you really don't know. This lady just needed 4 items from Food Line at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. And the items didn't even seem like they fit, right? It was like some tortillas, the protein shake, and what else? And some other things. So y'all saw the order. So other things. So it's just like they don't even go together, but you never know what people need and why they need them. So she wrote me back. She was like, you're saving me. Like, you don't even know. Like, you're helping me out so much today. So that just felt really good. The drop off was easy. I took the picture of the groceries. I followed the instructions and I loved her instructions are like, Do not ring the doorbell. Do not knock on this door. My little Pomeranian is wild. So do not make any noise. And as a person who has a toddler and also had a Yorkie, I completely understood that. So I just took my picture and I went on about my day. I just sat there for a little bit to be like, I didn't want to sit in front of her house too long because that's like creepy. But I just sat in front of there and just sat there a little bit like, whoa, I just did this. And sure enough, I made my $7.24 or whatever it was on my first batch. And it just felt so good. Okay, so I'm heading back home because I'm like, no orders are coming in. Let me head back to the house. As soon as I park in the driveway, I get another ping. Another batch is up. This time it is in Publix. Publix is even closer to my house than Food Line is. So I was like, bet. And this order was like $26. The batch was $26. It was like 13 items. I was like, good, perfect. Another small batch, something to get a little practice. And this is at Publix, so I get to see how this goes. Y'all, I looked in the app and the app said the Publix where I live down the street. I verified that that's the Publix that I was going to. So I go to Publix. I get all of the items. So I do my thing in Publix. Now Publix is a little different because you have to do the hard card. Like they don't do Apple Pay or Google Pay. So you got to do the swipe the actual card. So I went through that whole experience. And then I get in the car to start the delivery. Y'all, why is the delivery 50 minutes away in a city that is not even mine, not even close to mine? Y'all, when I tell you I had to go to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Y'all, that is 50 miles from where I live. 50. I was like, how did this happen? It literally said the Publix where I live. But it then told me to drop off 50 miles away. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I send them a message. I'm like, hi, it was a pleasure to shop for you. For some reason, it told me to come to the Publix where I live, but you live 50 minutes away. So I'm en route, but it's going to take me a little while to get there. And they were like, no problem. I'm not sure why that happened because we shop at Publix all the time. They seemed very nice. So I was just like, okay, phew. They didn't seem extremely like mad, the fact that it was going to take a little while. So I felt relieved about that. I called my husband. I was like, babe, I got to go to Rocky Mount. And I'm about to just pull up at somebody's house 50 miles away. And he was just like, I'm getting in the car. So this is how my husband came with me on my first Instacart day. I only had done one order. Literally on my second order, I had to bring my husband with me. Like, what are the odds that my second order, something like this happens? He jumps in the car and he's riding with me and we ride to Rocky Mount. We drive 50 minutes to drop off this lady's order. And y'all, when we pull up, look at this house. We're like, what in the mansion is this? Like, I mean, and it's mansion for Rocky Mount. If you know Rocky Mount, you know. Baby, what in the Beverly Hills mansion Rocky Mount version is this? The lady had the roundabout and a gate. This is not what I had on my Instacart bingo card, especially for the very first day of delivery. Y'all, what an adventure. I told y'all we were going to go on an adventure. I told y'all. I said, we are going to go on. That's why you need to follow the Docta Shoppa. So go ahead and subscribe. That's why you need to follow the Docta Shoppa, because we're going to go on a ride. So I am finally back in my house after driving an hour. Thing that was also very sweet is my husband's grandmother. Our grandmother lives in Rocky Mount. So we were able to give an impromptu visit to visit her. She's 80 years old, and it was just such a pleasure during the day to just sit with your grandma. And so, because I've lost both of my grandmas have passed on. So I'm so thankful that my husband has both of his grandmothers. And it just felt so good to just sit with her and just be in community. And she just loved it. We made her day, and we just talked for a little while, watched a little judge court show, morning daytime judge court shows, and we just were in community. So I would have to say, all around, my first day went really well. And y'all, I made 38 bucks. That will probably just cover the gas to Rocky Mountain back, but I am not complaining at all. I made $38 with 2 orders. It took me maybe an hour and a half to shop both at Food Line and at Publix. So I got a feeling that I am really going to be enjoying this. Hopefully, all of my orders from here on out will be local. And if this has ever happened to you, if you're watching, put something in the comments, drop it in the comments, like is it an algorithm thing? Like, did I do something? I would love to hear from you all in the comments. But let's just continue to do this, because this was fun and it was an adventure. And I'm going to keep at it. So that's day one as an Instacart shopper. The Doctor Shoppa is in. Peace.